Hello, welcome to the class of travel by painting. This is the travel second travel. Uh, we go to Montreal, Canada, but different place. So when we paint one time pen and wash and one time watercolor, these two cycle use one country. So one same country. Maybe the city can be different, but the same country. One pen and wash and one watercolor. But now, we do Montreal two times. Okay. Before you paint actual painting, we want to talk about material. So material, in here we will discuss about the pen drawing and watercolor pen and brush material only, not acrylic or oil. Pen drawing, we need pen. Absolutely, right? Any kinds of pen is possible actually. Liner, many fountain pens or ballpoint pens. But if the flow is good, the ink flow is good, it's better. So sometimes ballpoint pen, like this kind of thing, is a little bit not a flow. You understand? The fountain pen flow with some ink, so it's better to use those pen. And papers, pen drawing doesn't need to use good paper. It's any paper, even the printable paper, for the office work, it's enough. So don't worry about the papers in the when you pen draw. But I strongly suggest a form of sketchbook, because if you use some print paper, you can easily lose your drawings. But in the sketchbook, you can add more your drawings, and after finishing using a sketchbook, you will have your drawing history. So it's good to use a sketchbook. But the pen drawing, you don't need to use a good paper. But watercolor, pen drawing, watercolor, and middle point is pen and wash. But we should talk about the pen drawing first and watercolor before we move to pen and wash, because watercolor materials is a kind of physical material. We use water, and the water is the very important material in the watercolor paintings. So it costs something to pen and wash material too. So if you understand watercolor materials well, pen and wash material is not hard to choose, right? So I want to explain some easy way. You must understand the foundation of the material, not the brand. Okay? So in the watercolor, paper, brush, paint is the three key materials Except that maybe a pencil, eraser, yeah, there are some materials like that, paper towels, yeah. But the most important three materials are paper, brush, paint. And mostly paper is the most important thing. Paper, paper, paper. Yeah. Maybe paper is 80% and brush and paint is 20%. So like that, paper is a very important material. Keys of watercolor materials. I want to explain like this. Is this a friend of water or not friend of water? So, if you understand some material is friendly to water, it's good material. But it's not friendly to water, it's not good, not that good. Okay. So paper, friends of water means usually handmade paper, and you must remember these numbers. 100% cotton, 100% cotton is very important, and the weight 300 grams. Yeah. There are some papers over weighted more than 300, but you don't need that. Just remember 100% cotton and 300 gram. Okay? It's enough. And not friends of water is less than 100% cotton and less than 300 grams. So usually factory made kind of paper, but handmade paper is expensive, right? But as I mentioned, the most important thing, 80% of watercolor material is paper. So you should carefully consider about this. Okay. In 100% cotton and 300 gram papers contain water a lot, so you can do many things, and when it dries, the color is fade a little bit, it become brighter and low saturated. Then first wash. It is very important when we think about the color. Also, we will talk about the color. The low saturated color, neutral tone color means close to the grayscale, right? Neutral tone is a grayscale color. Gray tone color is very important. So good paper does it automatically when it dries. Okay, but the factory made it papers doesn't contain a lot of water, so you cannot do many things. You cannot do many expression of water. So in this paper, water become angry. You will understand when you use these papers. Water doesn't work. Water hate these papers. So right papers are very important. I want to introduce some papers, some paper brand. So usually A level, A top level, right? B level, C level is not that good, but A level is very important and no, very good. So those brand are Arches and Sanders Waterford. I almost use Sanders Waterford for my paintings. Before I used the Arches, but now I use the Sanders Waterford because I tried several papers, and also my teacher, Michael Soloviev, recommended the Sanders Waterford because Arches is very good, but it has some problem in rough textures. But the rough textures is very important. It's a key of the watercolor paper. So I will explain about that. So A level is Sanders Waterford and Arches, and B level is Winsor Newton and Fabriano Artistico. Even the Chinese brand Bao Hong is cheap but very good quality. So those three or similar papers are B level. C level, I don't recommend C level papers because if you use the right paper, your watercolor level start with the zero level and goes up. But if you don't choose a right paper, your starting level is go minus, right? Okay, so it's not good. Textures. Yeah, there are three different textures: hot press, cold press, rough. Rough is the best because rough has some rough texture, so it's very good to use dry brush effect, and also it contains the largest amount of the water, so you can do actually everything with the rough paper. But cold press, less water than rough. Hot press, less water than cold press. And the texture smoother. If you go this way, smoother. If you go this way, more rough. Okay? So in here, you cannot easily use the dry brush. You can easily do layered work in here, hot press, because it dries fast. But dries fast in watercolor paper doesn't mean good. You should sustain the duration of water drying. Okay, because when water flows, you can paint. So my teachers and other very world level artists suggested to use rough, but there is one limitation. If you use a small paper, smaller than A4 size paper, rough texture is too rough. It's very, very big, bumpy in the small paper because small papers don't reduce the size of the texture. It's just a cut. So rough paper, but cut this size and draw here with the same rough paper, rough texture is quite it's too rough. So do not use rough paper, rough textures. If you use smaller size than A4, in those cases, you should use cold press. Then you can choose quite good texture. Understand? Okay. If you have any questions about the lecture, please ask everything, right? Okay. The type of the paper is mostly three kinds. This is just paper. You cut the paper, the number one, and number two is the kind of pad. It uses some kind of glue, and with the paper knife, you can cut. And this is the sketchbook type of the paper. But most expensive type is a sketchbook, and the cheapest type of the paper is just a paper. So normally, because of the paper is very important, it's expensive. So it's better to choose paper, not pad, not sketchbook. It's better for economy. Okay. So usually, if you try to purchase some papers, you can see the size of the paper, like a half sheet, or quarter size, or full sheet. Full sheet, is very big. Actually, my suggestion, choose what the size is. It doesn't matter actually, but you must remember the limitation to use the rough. In my case, I asked to my teacher, Michael Soloviev, which size is the best, and he's answered the size doesn't matter. If you want to use some specific size, you can use it, but remember the limitation. So I suggest the same thing to you. But for now, I'm using quarter size the paper. So every except the thumbnail sketch. Thumbnail sketch, I use some smaller paper, but normally I use quarter size paper for my paintings, even the class, because quarter size is in many ways. If you want to do some exhibition, there sometimes they have the size limitation, and the quarter is the smallest size in the exhibition many times. So just think about the size. Okay. Now brush. I think paper is the most important, and brush and paint. But some artists think paper is the most important. It doesn't have any different idea, but more than brush, paint is important to some artists. But brush and paint, paint and brush, it's not big deal. I think it's not a big deal. Anyway, the friend of water is a natural hair brush. Not friend of water is a synthetic hair brush, but only in the brush section we also use not friends of water materials because of the function of the synthetic hairbrush. So natural hairbrush contains a lot of water. Usually, friends of water part contains a lot of water. Yeah, but natural because of that, sometimes we need a synthetic hairbrush. Natural hair also very smooth, so it's very good to paint some large area, but when we describe and some dark and small area, sometimes the synthetic hairbrush is better because synthetic hairbrush is strong. It cannot contain a lot of water. So when we describe something or a dark area, usually we use some thick paint. Then first wash or second wash. So it's a very good, and it's a very, how can I say, not smooth. It's quite strong, so it's good to do some line work. It's a very dong. How can I say? Yeah, you understand? It's a kind of very high tension brush. Okay, so use both. So natural hair, big brush, and synthetic hair, small brush. Okay, there are some types of brushes. So it's a flat brush. It's a very good to paint some buildings or some large area, sky, like that. But flat brush is not very good to describe something, right? But mop brush, it contains a lot of water like a flat brush, but you see it's a very sharp point. It has a sharp point, so you can describe. So I normally use mop brushes a lot. And this is just a round brush. It's not contain the water like as mop, but it's good to describe some middle value wash. So it's a normally many artists use this brush a lot, but I use this brush a lot. It's a legal brush. It's good to do some line work, but you don't need to use legal brush because you can use this tiny brush. In this type, it's good to use synthetic hair. Okay, you understand? So you have to understand the foundation. If you understand why I can choose this, the kind of brand is not mirror. The more important thing is the foundation. You should understand the reason to choose the right material. Okay, these are travel brush. You can divide two and make it one. And this is a water brush, but you should careful to use water brush. Many material company introduce water brush. It's easy to use because it can contain the water and it's for the beginner. But no, it's wrong. Water brush is not for beginners. It's for the kind of for the professional. Yeah, because it's really hard to control the water. Yeah, so if you squeeze you will have the water in here, but it's too much. If you don't squeeze, it's small usually and synthetic, so it doesn't have the plenty of amount of water, so you have to squeeze again. So it's very hard to use, you understand? But if you see the tip, it's very sharp and good, right? It's a pentel. Another brand is a Kretake. Kretake doesn't keep the sharp tip. So if you want to buy, use pentel, but do not contain water in here, water container. But use this as a synthetic brush. So you can easily describe some sharp line or some detailed work, okay? Paint. Friends of water, professional. Not friends of water, Cotman. Never ever use Cotman paint. It's very muddy. Very muddy. It's not pure. But the professional is pure. So use only professional version. But some brands has some safer levels of the brush, paint. So you must use the high quality paint, highest quality paper and paint. Usually, many watercolor paint brands use two level of paint. So choose professional. Okay, if you use Cotman, your color can be easily muddy, not clear, not transparent. You will be disappointed about that. Yeah, the material of the watercolor needs money, little bit, and sometimes it's expensive. But we should think about it's cheaper than oil material, right? And watercolor paint needs water. Water is the most important material in watercolor, but water has character. So if you use water prepared material, the water prize you. You will understand when you use good right material or bad material. So the result is very different, okay? And the paint, solid or tube? Use only tube. Solid is sometimes hard to use, but also many watercolor paint company introduce solid paint is for beginner and Cutman. Yeah, so muddy. Yeah, but the solid needs some glue and it must hold very tight. So you must use a lot of water to melange it, melt it. Understand? So you must use more water than tube to melt it. But usually, beginner does not use a lot of water. If so, the worstest choice is use Cotman solid watercolor paint, and the brush is water brush. It's the worst. material choice, but I did. So do not. So I always give my student this foundation. So these watercolor painting material. Now pen and wash. And why pen and wash is the last part? Because of the watercolor material. So yeah, friends of water, not friends of water. So pen, yeah, this is watercolor. Okay, so pen and wash is a pen plus watercolor, right? So watercolor, if you go more and more watercolor parts, you need more and more good quality, yeah, watercolor materials. If you go pen, mostly pen, you don't need to use high quality paper. You understand? So is the last material we have to talk about. Okay? When I start the drawing, I used pen, and I was almost I couldn't understand watercolor at that time. So yeah, pen is my friend. So, but after that, I want to paint watercolor because I could understand the charm of watercolor, spontaneous feel and kind of life of water. Those things make me crazy, but it was so hard to understand. So yeah, I did it. I started it. Those rebel. So I understand almost all problem, I think. So I understand why watercolor is hard. So I want to make it easier because I have that experiences. So also I like the watercolor, so I didn't want to make it pen most painting. So I divided pen and wash with these 4 types. Type 1 is the pen 90% and water 10%. It's using some non-waterproof ink. So if you brush with water, it melts, right? So using that effect, you can draw. So type 1 is like this. I painted this with pen and some watery touch. Okay, type 1. Yeah, and type 2 is most advanced sketchers paint like this. Pen 70%, water 30, or pen 80%, water 20. So like this. Yeah, you describe everything and lightly washed. So color is just very light. So if you remove all the pen touch, it's nothing. You cannot understand. You understand that? Okay, type 3. I prefer type 3. Pen 50%, water 50%. Well balanced pen and wash. Because I love pen and I love watercolor, both. So I don't want to make some part win. You understand? So pen does those work, their work, and watercolor work their work, but they usually fight because they are very characteristic. So 50-50, I suggest this type of the water pen wash. It's different with this, right? It's a very light touch, but this is if you see, sometimes I use the shape of the line, but many times I use pen to give some textures. So yeah, in my class I will teach this type 50-50, okay? And yeah, more watercolors. It's a pen 30 and watercolor 70. So maybe this type. Yeah, I painted this. Yeah, I used the pen, but not that much, right? So watercolor is more than 50%, so 70%. So it's a type 4. And so I explained the watercolor materials first, because from type 3 the watercolor materials are very important, because it's a watercolor 50%. And here, yeah, surely the watercolor materials are very important in this area, okay? Yeah, so today, yeah, I want to paint this, but there are some perspective method to paint this, but now just enjoy. If you know some perspective theory, you can use it, and I will check it, okay? But we will do in camera section step by step, okay? So I want to think about good things and bad things in this picture. One of the problem is this. If I see here, I see the atmosphere is good, light is beautiful, I can paint that, but this dome dome structure is in deadly center. Yeah, the artists say this center line and this center line as deadly center, because it divide, it kill the painting, okay? So I have to think about the composition. Atmosphere is good, but the composition is not that good. So how about this? So when you take the picture or choose some picture to paint, you should think about the composition. Just remove the center area to some left or right. Okay, I hope to paint like this, and I want to give some space. And if you see this, yeah, it's not that clear image. Use this kind of image. If you use 4K quality, very high resolution picture, you may be tempted to do very detailed work. It's not that good. And so many good artist sometimes says the past, in the past, the camera quality, the picture quality was better to paint, but nowadays is too good, but it's not that good to paint. Understand? So when you see these little bit low resolution pictures, you can easily merge. It's similar squeeze your eyes. Understand? So I think this is good. Yeah. And many times you must squeeze your eyes half to see the value. We do not easily see value if you don't squeeze. Okay. So, and one of the good way is to change to grayscale, but you should train your eyes, right? So I think this is it. So I had to express this to my plan, thumbnail sketch. So let's do that. The first assignment is thumbnail sketch. I hope you really enjoy the first of all, you should enjoy the drawing and painting. So remember the 70% enjoyment and 30% practice. Okay. So first you should small. You should find your frame. So I use 2, 3, almost this ratio paper. Okay. So okay. You should think about the eye level, and you will know this and this. This is your eye level, and this is your location area, location line. So these are very important to indicate the perspective. So yeah, I want to like this, and I want to merge all lines like this, and here the finishing line, and every line must go this way, and 3. You don't need to be very correct in this. Just use big line and I also want to see your understanding about the perspective. Okay, here is a lamp post. It's good to contain, and I moved this dome kind of structure to here. It's better to use the method of the what was that contour drawing. And just draw big things. Okay, and far area you can reduce clearness. Here is car. I think I can use one more car. Yeah, use love. It's a tree, right? And this is some police kind of thing. It doesn't important. So if you squeeze your eyes, you can easily find the middle value. There is a shadow, earning, and shadow this dark. Okay, and sky and the building is quite bright, but there is also shadow section. So let's connect. The important thing is connect. So connect, all connect. If you connect, people can see with the freedom. There is a connect middle value, right? Connect. Connect. Oh, you should be careful about this shape. Also, here and here, roof, here, right? And connect. Some line, window. You don't need to describe whole window, and some textures. Window. Most important part is this connection. After that, you can indicate light and no dark areas like this. One more car like this. Trees. And some windows. Everything is not that important. And some mark. And if you start with some boldness, you can actually paint with boldness. It's a very fun game. Connect game. Connect. Earning. And you don't need to describe everything here. Just some textures. Textures is enough thing to explain. And texture. You don't need to describe. Maybe some bird. Is it not? Yeah, I think it's good. It's good. Maybe the car. In here, you can leave a message to you. Car, move to left a bit. So use these margin to plan. Okay? I think that's it. You don't need to describe everything. Yeah, only car must be go, this way. Yeah, so I checked my plan with the thumbnail sketch. I think it's good. So let's move to actual painting. So you must keep your thumbnail sketch just beside of you. You should check your plan again and again. So this is a quarter size. I think. Yeah, after finish the plan, almost is finishing. So it's a quarter size. It's a quite smaller, right? So I will do. When I check the plan, I couldn't find some problem. So I almost divide the force because the dome is quite high. So, and here is enough. this mark don't this line don't go like this. It's a corner. Go here or go there. But if you go here and go here, it's narrow. If we is go there, it's very wide. You should think about the amount of this area. Okay, I think this is good. And I will here is the road, so I will put my car here. Sketch very rough, then you will have freedom. Okay, here the line have to goes like this. I think it can be more. Like this. Okay. Maybe here. And all the line must match with this. And sketch a little bit, but rough. Okay. And here is the lamppost. It also go it also follow the perspective. In Montreal, there are a lot of beautiful buildings, right? We are lucky to paint up those beautiful buildings. I was so happy when I saw Montreal first. There was too many things to paint. Earning. Okay. Keep the sketching. And here keep while So, and do you remember when I told you do not use eraser in only some case you can use the eraser. Remember that? Yeah, this is the case. Remove some unnecessary graphite. Okay? With those eraser, it doesn't make some clusters of the eraser. But if you remove too many graphite, you will you cannot see when you paint. So I want to wet a little bit with the natural sponge. If you use chemical sponge, it causes some bad effect because it's chemical. So grab the water and squeeze a little bit, and sometimes I avoid some white area to wet, but now I wet, and after that I squeeze again. Then it's a kind of thirsty sponge. I remove some water back to sponge because I want to damp, not too wet. So it's finished. Now I want to describe the sky first. To do that, you should divide the cloud area. Cloud area needs some mark, but it's a dark part. You see it's quite how can I say, quite spread because it's wet, right? And if you don't use right paper, sometimes it gives you disaster. Okay, now I want to make a blue. So very important thing to use color is a tone of warm or cool. But people don't think warm or cool. They just focus what color is it. But more important thing is warm tone or cool tone. So these, I won't leave this white area, but fill the blue. Yeah, it's different with the actual painting, but as I mentioned, we should use we do not use the you can use here because it will be dark. I want to little bit warm feel here with the low sienna. Too low. Maybe a little bit paper towel. I remove some unnecessary pigment. Also, I will use some mark for my cloud. Now again, we describe. Maybe we can do more works, more sky later. Now also we fill some light area, not middle. It's mostly warm, right? You hear? You can feel everything. And it can be merged with the sky. Remove the white. Yeah, sometimes we remain the white for some area. So now you can remove some right like this. Also grab water and do this flickering. I want to some exciting feels. Something keep and some remove. Now you can see it's a little bit hard to see some areas, right? I think it's okay for now. It's the first wash and we dry and we will connect the middle value. So I will use the hair dryer to dry and I will do the middle value, okay? I will turn off the mic for a while. Now it's dry, but not that perfectly dry. If you see closely, it's a little bit bumpy, and you can touch like here, not in here. It has oil, so it can be water resistant. So when you touch like this, if it's uh, cold, you should dry more. So I will dry more. Okay. I think it's good to move to the next part. So I want to make a warm tone and cool tone. For the middle value, big cool tone, little bit warm, and also there's a big warm tone. You cannot see my whole palette because it's quite big. Okay, these two color I will do this part and start connect the middle values. Okay. And use your paper towel is a second nature. Okay. If you use the dry brush, it's good. And you can make it. Like this. And now I need some warm touch. Try to connect. It doesn't matter about the color, just connect. It's a connecting game. Connect. Most important thing is connect, okay? Yeah. There is no need to be afraid about to connect. And sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's soft. Okay, it's fun. It's far, right? So now just kind of very smooth, misty film. Okay, keep connect. Here. And dark. Use some dry brush. And different tone of color. There are some shadow area, and here there are some polish, right? So use that. Later we will indicate the dark. So now just connect. Big connection make it easier. Next step. So indicate some window. It's onion. Use dry brush a little bit. Dark. Now you can express some dark here. Just with some mark. Just some mark. Yeah, good. The color is too bright, so maybe, yeah, I can give some color here. Here. I can add some texture. And now the shadow area. It's a blue based. I can add some texture. Use water. And also car. To indicate car, the real light is very important, and you must anchor car to the ground with the tire and the shadow. Okay. Another car. Same thing. And this here is some police. You can use your dry brush or something. And add some color too. It's just middle value. Enjoy your describe. Okay, now I think it's done for the middle value. So I can make it dry. Just a moment. Before do that, I want to drop some paint. Okay. For the texture. If it's too much, I can reduce. Yeah, okay. There is one more awning with the big color here. Yeah, I can make it dry. Just I will turn the mic for a while. Yeah, it's dry a bit. It must be go lower. I had some mistake about the onion. Also, the car must be raw than onion. So now I can remove the paint a little bit because it's the paper is quite good. And the car, I want to make car lower than before. Maybe we can talk about this in the future. Now it's the dark touch now. So dark dark. Oh, I lost. And also you can try various dry brush. You can indicate more dark. So through dark you can indicate. And you can be bored in here too. And you can make it this lamp. With the dry brush, if you use the dry brush, it's a quite useful. And textures, textures, textures. When you indicate dark, you can surely see what it is. Polish and something else. Okay. Now move to this area. And you can use dry brush. Texture. I have to reduce the top of the car, so also I use the dark. Okay. I will dry some and finish. I'll turn the mic for a while. This part is must go under the onion. So I'm remove some paint, and it's quite dry, so I will make new window. It's my mistake. It's better. And this is a little bit strange, so I will cover a little bit. Cover. So sometimes you can retouch. Also, this line is a little bit dangerous about the perspective. Maybe this line is better. Okay, it's okay. Now I need some bird. It can be just some touch. And some of them make it weak. Maybe this too. Finer. I think it's done. Yeah. One more. I need sign. here is too thick. So I follow my plan. The thumbnail sketch is right beside of me, so I can compare. Let's remove the masking tape. Before that, I will try a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. When you remove this, yeah, inside to outside. Don't damage your paper. If you do outside to inside, yeah, sometimes you damage. Some textures if you want. And okay, it's finished. Yeah, I hope to enjoy your painting too. Yeah, it's important to have the right plan. So, see you in the next class, and I will share the first class, the feedback on Wednesday. Okay. Little bit shadow here. Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.